I produced the show, The George Lucas Talk Show, with Connor Ratliff and Griffin Newman, two comedians and actors. And we did a show on Oscar night where Connor and I did it. Griffin did not want to do it. Griffin said, I want to watch the Oscars. I don't want to do a show. Leave me alone. Which is fine. But Connor wanted to do a show where it was our own Oscar show. You would get all the info about the Oscars slightly later than you would if you were watching the actual Oscars, because it would be us processing it and then regurgitating it back to the audience, which, worked out fun because nothing exciting actually happened during that show that night. But Rachel Zegler from West Side Story and Shazam 2 and Snow White had been on the show before and was a friend of the show, came on a couple times, was presenting at the Oscars that night, and Connor wanted me to send over the link to the StreamYard room that we were in and tell her that she was welcome to show up anytime she wanted. Obviously, I did not want to do that. This was her night.
Yeah.
This was Hollywood's biggest night. I said, let's leave her alone. Let's let her have fun. But then, she made a George Lucas Talk Show reference during one of her interviews before the show that night. It was one of those things where it was like, yeah, all right, I guess I'll send her the link, because who knows? She's nuts. She's crazy in the best way possible. And maybe she'll show up. It was one of those things where I was like, I guess I have nothing to lose. Might as well send it, And then almost instantly I get a DM back saying, Patrick, I'm at the Oscars. And I was like, yeah, I know. You don't have to come on the show. This is just me doing it to say that I did it, so I didn't get yelled at. Immediately I look down and she's in the waiting room. She's there so fast. And it was stressful. And you watch the clip and I yell at her. I'm like, get out of here. What are you doing here? You should not be here. And it it was a lot to process. Because luckily she was going to the bathroom at that point. She was not going to the bathroom. She was at the bathroom. So she was not sitting in her seat. The dream would be she had been sitting in the seat. And of course, that's the dream.
I also just love because I rewatched the clip before.
Sure.
And so I love just Connor as George is Rye, just see what happens. And also because when it happened, I was on, as you might imagine, the George Lucas Talk Show subreddit. And what someone pointed out, and I think it's so true, is before when she first came on, she wasn't she was just a hypothetical celebrity. You know what I mean? The movie had not come out.
Yes.
It's whatever, it makes sense that she's just doing something for fun.
Yeah.
And then the second time she came on, it's kind of strange that she would come on the second time, do a follow-up bit because the movie's coming out. She's doing press now. She's kind of more of, no one would blame her if she would leave the George Lucas Talk Show in her past. If that was just a thing, a strange curio on her IMDb.
Absolutely. There was no, I fully would have understood, and it would have made sense that it's people know who she is now. She is a star. She's on the cover of frickin', Vogue magazine or whatever it is. Let her live her life as a dang movie star. But no, she kept showing up.